So first consideration when I put my Jeep back together for overlanding is Dometic Freezer fridge goes on the left-hand side. And the reason I'm doing that is when I'm traveling, I keep the Dometic plugged into the 12-volt outlet back there that you're looking at right here. So for me, it's not necessary because when I stop at when I'm stopped at a campsite or whatever, I have a Goal Zero 500. In fact, I have two. I keep one in the passenger seat up there in front, and then I put one back here and then distribute the weight as opposed to like using a 1500 Goal Zero, which I also have. And I find that just loads more weight onto it. You want to make sure also that this is facing this way, towards the rear, and you have fans, right? So you have a fan there in the right, in the center, you have a fan on the right, and you also have a fan there. So make sure that when you're putting stuff together for your Jeep and you're just throwing stuff in left and right, make sure that these fans down here are not occluded by any kind of equipment or anything like that. You don't want to block those fans, otherwise you're going to have some issues. There's going to be some fan issues. This is the case I got for the Dometic. It's made for the 40 CFX 40, and if you see that right there, CFX 40 watt. It has a Mylar all the way around. Really helps out, with losing the temperature for the cooler. So again, I put mine on the left hand side. I make sure that I have space. I don't want to get that, but I want to make sure that these fans are not blocked. Always keep that closed. I use the goose gear, as you can see right there, goose. So I have a goose gear platform, as you can see. It's 60%. I've ordered the 40%, which is going to go right in. Another important point that you want to make sure that you consider is weight distribution. You want to have an even balance of weight. This, I believe, this 40 Dometic, I don't know, but I think it's around 45 pounds. So I have 40 pounds I'm putting on the left-hand side. So my consideration is the gear that I'm going to be putting on this right-hand side up and down behind the passenger seat there. You just want to think about that. This is one type of input, type of cord that you get from Dometic. You get two. You get the standard plug-in, and then you get this one right here. And this is your, basically it's kind of like your lighter, your 12 to 24 DC plug-in right here. And I plug that into this little guy right over here. So I have a goose gear system, and so again, you want to make sure that you have your, turn that off, that this panel right here you want towards the rear, because you're going to be doing all your cooking and everything and opening up. So this needs to face towards the rear of your vehicle. And you can see here that I've got this plugged in. When you plug this in, you have a constant draw from your Jeep battery. So every time that you come to a stop, that's going to be for a while, you want to unplug this. Otherwise, you're going to drain your battery. One thing about the Dometic Freezer is that you can set it up and program it where if it'll read that you're draining your battery, and this will actually cut off. So again, make sure that you have that space right there for the fans on the bottom. And let me walk around here and show you. This is the front. This is where the 40% goose gear delete system is going to go, but for now I don't have it, so this is all empty. I have my high-low jack right here, and it fits perfectly, and it goes all the way over to the other side. So it protects basically all the, not to get off topic here, but it keeps the high-low jack, nice and lubed because it's inside. And yeah, these are the two outlets on the back of the Dometic. As you can see, there's your standard, 3-prong, and then you have this 2-prong over here on the right, which is this guy right here. So this guy will go into here, and rarely do I use this one. So you're always using this one with this cigarette lighter kind of plug-in right there for that guy. And because this is on the rear, it's going to be facing towards the front of the vehicle. There are many ways that you can secure your Dometic freezer. One thing that I do is I get some of these little quarter 20 little latch bolts. Technically, I don't know what you call them, but I get 2 of those. And then what I've done is I've taken this is a 6-foot NRS river strap, very, very strong. And I've looped it from there, and then on the side of the Dometic freezer right there, and then I loop it through the handle right there, down through that loop on the case, and then down through there, and then I've latched it to there. Then I've taken another river strap, a shorter one, I think this is like a 4-foot, and then I put it again right through the other side of the handle and then strap it up, and that's going to tighten the NRS strap up. And I don't want this to be like absolutely, you know, like to the floor, but if I ever needed to take it out, then I could take it out. Now, I had a Dometic mount before, and they build those things where it's a slide, it's a freezer fridge slide for a Dometic. That thing was heavy, so I mean heavy. And when you put that in addition to your freezer, then you have to think about, okay, I've got to make some choices. Then there's other things that you're not going to be able to take, because the more weight you put in this vehicle, it's going to, you know, hinder, you know, the way you drive, gas mileage, wear and tear, your axles, just your vehicle. It's just going to put a burden on your vehicle overall. So I try to go as light as I can.